Beloved, stop right here and breathe. You did not arrive in this moment by chance.
Stop right
Something
here and
in the
breathe.
unseen
You
has
did not
been pulling
arrive
you,
in this moment
guiding
by
you,
chance.
nudging your heart
Something
with
in the
a quiet
unseen has been
urgency
pulling you,
you couldn't shake.
guiding you,
That subtle
nudging your
trembling in your
heart with a
spirit,
quiet urgency
that
you
holy
couldn't
pressure
shake.
sitting just
That
beneath
subtle
the surface.
trembling in your spirit.
It is heaven calling
that
your
holy
name.
pressure sitting
The
just beneath
Spirit
the
of God
surface.
has interrupted your ordinary
heaven
path
calling your name.
because there is something
the
you
Spirit
need
of
to
God
hear
has
before the
interrupted
next
your
shift
ordinary
breaks
path.
open in your life.
Because there is something
Your
you need to
heart
hear before
already
the next
knows.
shift breaks open
This
in your life.
message is not
Your
ordinary.
heart already
It carries
knows.
weight,
This message
perfect
is
timing,
not ordinary.
and revelation
It
meant
carries
to
weight,
safeguard your destiny
perfect timing,
and
and
awaken the
revelation meant to
strength God
safeguard your
planted in you
destiny,
long
and
before you
awaken the strength
understood your
God
purpose.
planted in you long
Isaiah
before you
55
understood
verse
your
11
purpose.
declares that
Isaiah
every word
55
God
verse
speaks
11
accomplishes
declares that
exactly
every
what He
word
sent
God
it to
speaks
do.
accomplishes
And this word
exactly
has
what
been
He
sent
sends it to
straight
do.
to your spirit.
And this word has been
Chosen
sent
one,
straight to
the
your
atmosphere
spirit.
around you has
Chosen
shifted
one,
lately.
the
Your sleep
atmosphere around
patterns
you
have
has shifted
changed.
lately.
Your focus
Your
is
sleep
sharpened.
patterns have
And
changed.
something inside you
Your
has been
focus is
rising
sharpened.
like a quiet
And
flame.
something inside you
That
has
is
been
not
rising like a
anxiety.
quiet flame.
That is not imagination.
Anxiety.
That is the
not
Holy Spirit
imagination.
stirring the ground
That
of
is
your
the Holy
soul.
Spirit
You
stirring
are
the
being
ground of your
prepared
soul.
for a moment of
You are
breakthrough
being
that will
prepared for a
touch
moment of
every
breakthrough
area
that
of
will
your
touch
life.
every area of your
Your
life.
spiritual growth,
Your spiritual
wealth
growth,
mindset,
your wealth
emotional
mindset,
healing,
your emotional
your financial
healing,
stability,
your financial
and the abundance
stability,
waiting
and the
just
abundance
beyond the
waiting
door
just
you're about
beyond
to
the
walk
door
through.
you're about to walk
What you
through.
feel is a
What you
divine
feel is a
pull
divine
toward
pull toward clarity,
purpose,
and destiny elevation. God is capturing your attention because the season ahead is spiritually charged. And what you choose to receive right now will shape how you step into everything that's coming. Something in the unseen has already begun to move. Your angels stand guard.
Your angels stand guard.
And heaven has been speaking your name with
You
tender urgency.
sense the change,
the pressure.
You've sensed the change,
holy unrest
the pressure,
that refuses
the
to let you
holy
stay comfortable.
unrest that refuses
That
to
stirring
let you
is the
stay
signal that
comfortable.
your next chapter
That
is closer
stirring
than
is
you
the
think.
signal that your next
You may have felt
chapter is
forgotten or
closer than you
delayed,
think.
but you have
may
never
have
been
felt forgotten
unseen.
or delayed.
Jeremiah
but you
29
have never
verse
been
11
unseen.
still stands
Jeremiah
over your life
29
with
verse 11
unshakable
still
authority.
stands over
God's
your life
plans for you
with
have not weakened.
unshakable authority.
They have only grown
God's plans
stronger.
for you have not weakened.
So open your heart
They have only
and listen
grown
closely.
stronger.
Heaven is
So
speaking
open your
with
heart
fire and tenderness,
and listen closely.
calling you
Heaven
to rise,
is speaking with
to steady
fire
your
and
spirit,
tenderness,
and to
calling
prepare
you
for
to rise,
revelation.
to steady
Stay
your
with
spirit,
me,
and to
chosen
prepare
one.
for revelation.
Because what God
Stay
is
with
about to
me,
unveil will not only
chosen
confirm
one.
everything you've been
Because what
sensing,
God is about to
it will
unveil
position
will
you for the
not
greatest
only confirm
transformation you have
everything
ever
you've been
known.
sensing,
Chosen
it will
one.
position you for the
pressure
greatest
you've been feeling is
transformation
not
you have
random.
ever known.
It rises
Chosen
in
one,
waves,
the pressure
tightens
you've
around
been
your
feeling
days,
is not random.
and shows up
it
when you least
rises in
expect it.
waves,
You
tightens
feel it
around
in
your
your
days,
chest when you wake,
and shows up
in your thoughts
when you
when you
least
try to
expect
rest,
it. You
in the
feel it in
very
your chest
air
when you
around
wake,
you when everything
in your
suddenly
thoughts when you
feels
try to
heavier than
rest,
usual.
in the
But
very
hear
air
this
around
clearly.
you when
This
everything
pressure is
suddenly
not
feels
punishment.
heavier than
It is
usual.
preparation.
But hear this
Heaven has
clearly.
been shaping
This
you,
pressure is not
stretching
punishment.
you, and
It is
positioning you for a
preparation.
release that carries
Heaven has
far
been
more
shaping
weight
you,
than all your
stretching you,
previous seasons
and
combined.
positioning you for a
You
release
sense a
that
shift,
carries far
the
more
holy
weight than
tension that
all your
always comes
previous
just before
seasons combined.
destiny's doors swing
You've
open.
sensed the shift,
And you are
the
not
holy
imagining
tension
it.
that
You've
always
noticed how
comes just
familiar
before
things no
destiny's
longer
doors swing
satisfy.
open, and you are not
Conversations
imagining
that once
it.
energized
You've
you now
noticed how
feel
familiar
shallow.
things no longer
Spaces
satisfy.
that once felt safe now
Conversations
feel
that
too
once
small.
energized you
Even your
now
own
feel
thoughts
shallow.
keep pushing you toward deeper
Spaces
truth,
that once felt safe
deeper hunger,
now feel too
deeper
small.
growth.
Even your
That
own
discomfort
thoughts
is not
keep
failure.
pushing you toward
It is
deeper
the
truth,
evidence that you are
deeper
outgrowing
hunger,
your current atmosphere.
deeper growth.
The
That
Lord is
discomfort
preparing you
is
for
not
abundance,
failure.
for
It is the
personal
evidence that you are
transformation,
outgrowing
for
your
the kind
current
of elevation
atmosphere.
that demands
The Lord
new
is
strength
preparing you
and
for
new
abundance,
vision.
for
Remember
personal
Joseph,
transformation,
before
for
the
the kind
palace
of
was ever
elevation
placed in
that
his
demands
hands.
new
He
strength
endured
and new
pressure
vision.
that forged
Remember
his character
Joseph,
and built
before the
unbreakable
palace
resilience.
was ever placed in his
Years of
hands,
hidden shaping
he endured
preceded the
pressure
sudden
that
elevation
forged his character
recorded in
and
Genesis
built
41.
unbreakable resilience.
You, too,
Years of
are in a
hidden
refining
shaping preceded the
season
sudden
that is leading to
elevation
sudden
recorded in
promotion.
Genesis 41.
Relationships have shifted.
You, too,
Old patterns
are in a
have broken.
refining season that
Former
is leading to
desires have
sudden
faded.
promotion.
You are not
Relationships
losing
have
your
shifted.
footing.
Old
You are
patterns
gaining
have
divine
broken.
direction.
Former
When
desires
God
have
prepares
faded.
elevate a chosen
You are
one,
not losing your footing.
He first removes
You are gaining
anything that
divine
could hinder
direction.
the coming blessing.
When God prepares
the
to
unstable
elevate
job,
a chosen one,
the drifting friendships,
He first removes
the
anything
opportunities
that could hinder the
quietly
coming
close.
blessing.
These
The
were not
unstable
failures.
job,
They
the
were
drifting
divine
friendships,
redirection.
the
Because your
opportunities
spirit is sensitive.
Quietly closed.
You felt it all
These were
before it
not
became
failures.
visible in the natural.
They were divine
that restlessness
redirection.
is heaven whispering.
Because your spirit is
Get
sensitive,
ready. There's
You
a
felt it
reason
all
you've been
before it
waking at odd
became
hours.
visible in the natural.
Why your thoughts
That
turn more to purpose
restlessness
than to
is
pleasure.
heaven whispering.
Why you crave
Get
peace,
ready.
clarity, and
There's a
financial
reason
breakthrough
you've been
more
waking at odd
intensely
hours.
than ever before.
Why your thoughts
Your
turn
spirit
more to
is
purpose
aligning
than
with
to pleasure.
heaven's perfect
Why you
timing.
crave peace,
When God
clarity,
accelerates destiny,
and financial breakthrough more
everything around you
intensely
begins to
than
adjust to
ever
that divine
before.
rhythm.
Your
Every
spirit is
closed door has
aligning
been
with
protection.
heaven's perfect
Every
timing.
delay has been divine
When God
timing.
accelerates destiny,
Every challenge has been
everything
building
around
your
you begins
endurance.
to adjust
You may
to that
not have
divine
understood in the
rhythm.
moment, but
Every
Psalm
closed
32
door
verse
has
8
been
still
protection.
stands.
Every
I will
delay
instruct
has
you
been
and
divine
teach you
timing.
in the way you
Every
should go.
challenge has been building your
That instruction
endurance.
often begins
You may
in
not
the
have understood it in the
unseen
moment, but
before it
Psalm
manifests
32
in the
verse
natural.
8 still stands.
If something in these words
I will
awakens
instruct
courage
you
or clarity
and teach
in
you in the way you should
if
go.
you feel the Holy Spirit
That
confirming this in
instruction
your chest.
often begins
Many
in the
chosen
unseen
ones
long
quietly
before it
honor that
manifests in
stirring
the
with
natural.
simple super
If
thanks,
something in these
not a
words awakens
transaction,
courage
but a
or
seed of
clarity
grateful
in you,
agreement that says,
if you feel the
I am
Holy
ready
Spirit
for what heaven
confirming
is
this in your
releasing.
chest,
You've been
many
walking
chosen
through
ones
days where the
quietly
unseen
honor that
feels louder
stirring
than
with
the
a
seen,
simple super
where
thanks,
whispers carry more
not
weight
as
than
transaction,
outward evidence.
but a seed
That
of
is because
grateful
God has been
agreement that
speaking in the
says,
deep places of your
I
spirit,
am ready for what
preparing
heaven
you not
is
just for
releasing.
blessing,
You've been
but for
walking through
responsibility,
days where the unseen
not just for
feels
increase,
louder than the seen,
but for lasting
where
impact.
whispers carry
The
more
pressure
weight
you've
than
endured is
outward
proof
evidence.
that your next chapter
That is
carries
because God
eternal
has
weight.
been speaking
What
in
you're
the deep
stepping
places
into
of your spirit,
is far bigger
preparing
than
you
you
not
yet
just for
realize.
blessing,
That is
but for
why the warfare
responsibility,
felt so intense.
not just for increase,
Why you felt
but
misunderstood,
for lasting
isolated,
impact.
or
The
stretched
pressure you've
beyond your
endured is
limits.
proof that your
Heaven
next
has been pulling
chapter
you higher,
carries eternal
and the
weight.
higher the call,
What you are stepping
the more
into is
sacred the
far bigger
process.
than you yet
Every
realize.
tear,
That is why
every
the
moment of
warfare
confusion,
felt so intense.
every step taken in
why
faith
you felt
has been seen,
misunderstood,
recorded, and
isolated,
honored by God.
or stretched
The
beyond your
shift
limits.
unfolding now is
Heaven has been
strategic,
pulling you
intentional,
higher,
and perfectly
and the
timed.
higher the call,
Chosen
the
one.
more sacred the
When
process.
God prepares a vessel
Every
for divine
tear,
promotion,
every
He
moment of
first
confusion,
separates them from the noise
every
of the
step
old
taken
season.
in faith has been
That
seen,
separation can feel like
recorded,
isolation,
and honored
like
by
silence,
God.
like sudden
The shift
distance
unfolding
from
now
everything
is
familiar.
strategic,
But this
intentional,
distance is holy.
and perfectly
This
timed.
quiet is intentional.
Chosen one,
You are
when
being
God prepares a
repositioned for
vessel for
revelation.
divine promotion,
And revelation
He
rarely
first separates
comes in
them
crowded
from the
places.
noise of the old season. That separation can feel like isolation, like silence, like sudden distance from everything familiar. But this distance is holy. This quiet is intentional. You are being repositioned for revelation, and revelation rarely comes in crowded places.